we hate Little Mac in this household. Don't worry about that, Tuesday. We're connected like that.
Yeah. No.
And I'm sure people in chat hate Little Mac too, except cállate la boca. Don't root for Little Mac, even if it's counter, okay? No nos importa. No le eches porras a él. Even if it's, aunque sea tu amigo. But this is gonna be fun. I mean, we gotta if he goes Incineroar, as you mentioned.
Then we're just going to be scrapping.
It's going to be fun because Counter actually has Incineroar matchup knowledge.
Okay.
We got a very prominent Incineroar in Tijuana called Milo King, and he's pretty good too. So I wouldn't be surprised if actually Counter manages to get this dub, even with my bias on the line.
I mean, yeah. There is that regional pride that always comes through.
See, I gotta.
I know if any.
You know, for us Mexicans, especially Mexican competitors, it's hard to get up here. You know, like it's a challenge to travel specifically to the U.S. because everything is more expensive compared to what we get. So. In this particular instance, not only do I have to root for my boy, but I also need to root for the Mexican, because right now we got Counter trying his best to remain alive in this loser's top 32. Once again, this is going to be a best-of-5 game. We've got a Little Mac versus an Incineroar. Yeah. Coughing, it's the nitrogen bumpers, the coughing baby, basically.
True. Yeah, I mean, the difference is that like we all thought that Incin was bad at the start of this game, but he's had a renaissance. Incin is here to stay, and I don't know if Little Mac will ever reach the same peaks that Incineroar has.
Yeah, I doubt it. All right, now watch out because we got the KO punch, and Counter is an expert at getting it. However, he is at a very, very uncomfortable situation where he is stuck at the ledge. Yes, we got the 1-2 to get that stock from Seesaw. Great stuff from the Incineroar main.
Okay, back throw, trying to make this Little Mac have, you know, that's the way you play the matchup, right? You just you throw him off stage. Ooh, good. Yeah, it goes for the angled downward F smash. That one deals more damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, already lost the revenge. You know, there's two ways you can lose revenge. You either lose it by getting grabbed or by taking 40% damage. And so Counter over here just was like, you know, I'm just going to smack you until you don't have it anymore.
Look at him go, chasing him on the platform. Unfortunately, not enough rage to get that stock, but that was beautiful. Finally we get the uppercut to get that stock. Took him a little bit too long, but also keep in mind that KO Punch is ready for him to use. Counter will probably have to rely on that, a little bit of extra damage, waiting patiently, knowing that he only needs one opportunity, one shot. Unfortunately, he can't get it just yet, so he's going to have to rely on the sheer strength of those knuckles.
Okay, yeah, goes for the down tilt F smash and it just sets up the frame trap with the F tilt. You know, that's the scary thing about Little Mac, right? It's like okay, that's dead. Yes, it is. Okay, Incineroar is great at edge guarding Mac, but Mac's just scary when he actually gets in close quarters, and you know, because once he starts mashing on you, like armored smash attacks, like the tilts are. Wow, that he actually was able to go that far out for it.
Yeah, he goes for those. Counter knows how to punish that, and he's not too far behind. But also, I mean, Seesaw has been showing just how
this is big
good he
damage.
is. See, big damage indeed.
74. Ugh. He was looking for something even bigger than. Oh,
wait. Oh, there you go. The counter.
The instant KO punch to reverse to seesaw the match. No, that doesn't work.
Crazy. That's crazy. Honestly, Counter gets these kinds of situations after not being able to use two of his KO punch earlier. He gets it where it matters the most. Now Seesaw needs to be very mindful of what to do next. Is against a Little Mac. It's kind of hard to go for a counter pick, to be honest. Wherever you go, might be hard to deal with a Little Mac. Of course, the ground speed allows him to just cross distances if you want to play a distance game. But in this case, I mean, it's Incineroar. He wants to be on your face again, so that's why we remain in small battlefield.
All right, instantly evening it up with the revenge, and I don't think Mac has anything but the slip counter, able to make it back to the stage with a KO punch online.
Do it. do it. He's going to fish for it. Look at him go. He knows he's getting there close menacingly.
Whenever Little Mac has KO Punch, down tilts you once. Unfortunate for counter. But I just have to say, the aura that Little Mac mains have when they run up, down tilt you, and they're just like, yeah, I'm going to wait for you to do something stupid. I'm going to kill you for it.
Definitely. It's super scary to deal with a KO Punch because they are just sharking, looming to get you. That's going to be very, very well executed from counter, just waiting patiently to get the perfect punish. He knows that he just needs to start dealing, poking at that shield. Unfortunately, it is Seesaw. Unfortunately for counter, it is Seesaw who manages to get that first stock, the first blood. No punishes.
You can have the bias for counter. I can have the bias for Seesaw, right? Like I love Incineroar, one of my favorite characters.
Nice.
But yeah, no, we are seeing that Seesaw, you know, he definitely lost the game one, but only on the barest of margins, right? Like, you got the counter last second, and ooh, nice. The short hop side B actually making it so counter didn't have any way to get out of that.
Now gotta be careful. KO Punch is now out. The recovery is successful for counter. Great stuff. However, Seesaw still has a marginal lead. He needs to be very mindful, but the range is not enough, which allows Seesaw to just let it go with a back throw. Great stuff.
Yeah, we love suplexes out here. And Incin is one of the best at them. All right, but now is counter's turn with the advantage state, you know, just throwing Incin off stage. Incin's going to be living here, but, you know, all Mac needs is one smash attack at this point.
Oh, there it is. Great stuff. Great call to get that smash attack for sure. It's unfortunate for Seesaw because, I mean, he could have gotten way more damage in, but these panic options are costing him a lot. Look at him just poking safely. Oh, my God. Great stuff from Seesaw to get a devastating down air spike to make sure that counter gets absolutely heartbroken after being so close to getting that win.
Counter was doing such a good job of just like, I'm just going to slowly like build up my advantage state, do all these things, but then he went for one Jolt Haymaker too many, and Seesaw was like,
Que buena. That was so
good.
Buena, sí. Buenísima from Seesaw, actually.
Yeah, no, right. Even set count so far, and so just running it back to small battlefield.
Yes.
It makes sense. Both these characters, I don't really see the stages mattering too much in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Watch out, we got Revenge, and it's just used on Adarques Lariat. Careful here. A Alolan Whip that gets punished effectively. Counter has been looking for those 2 frames and has been unsuccessful at them. That's why we're having him just be a little bit more backwards. You know, he's just waiting for an opportunity to punish. We get a throw tech from both of these competitors who think alike, but we have a KO Punch on deck. Not needed.
Yeah, and KO Punch is still on deck. You know, that's such a scary situation for your USC side. You know what? You knock the Little Mac off stage. He gets KO Punch. He comes back to stage and then kills you with a different move. Like, you messed up, and now you almost lost more for it. But, you know, losing KO Punch there, making it a little bit easier for Seesaw. Still has to find this first stock, though.
Ooh, he's just poking at him and making safe approaches, which is something that is very characteristic for the way that counter plays. No gimp from that Nair. Great stuff from Seesaw trying to catch him off stage, which is something you have to do, or at least try against a Little Mac. There you go. Great up air to finally get that stock. Yeah, no, just when he got the KO Punch too.
That up air just covers so much space. And like, if you ever find yourself underneath an Incineroar, I mean, we've all been there. It sucks. Counter is going to be getting the up smash on the get up attack, and now Seesaw it's on Seesaw to figure out how to beat this, because you're going to have to deal with Little Mac with KO Punch here soon too.
Oh yeah, that's going to be super scary. Careful, we have the Revenge. Unfortunately for Seesaw, it didn't connect enough. With enough time, that the Alolan Whip, that's a lot of damage. That's very close to victory, and this is going to be a hard punish for sure from counter. He gets the Stairway to Heaven. Great stuff on the platform. Incredible recognition from the Tijuana competitor.
Yeah, that whole advantage state from Seesaw was just so calculated, like every single step of the way. He was just like, I'm going to do this thing, and you have this many options after I do it to you. And then I'm just going to follow up wherever you're going to go after that. And one thing I've been seeing Little Mac mains is starting to implement a lot more is they've been much better about using platforms as part of their combo game.
See.
And like being able to do something like that is like, I don't know, like Little Mac, the ground character, right?
See.
But nobody expected Little Max to be killing people off the top with up B, but they found the way. These players, they were like, you know what, everyone says this character is bad. We still like him though. We still like Punch-Out.
I don't.
Well, okay, I'm talking about the mains, all right?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
they're the ones who like the character. Everyone else, I know, definitely does not like Little Mac. But like, it's still cool to see them like have this
Oh yeah.
like advancement of the meta by just looking at the character with a fresh set of eyes. Like you could continue to play grounded Mac. That does kind of work. But they found even better ways to play Little Mac, and Counter showing off why this character may be underrated.
Definitely. And something to also keep in consideration is that Seesaw actually decided to change the scenery. He actually went to Smash Bill at this point in time to try to mitigate the pressure that he was feeling under those platforms. I mean, it was basically a spawning ground for the Little Mac in this case, because every time they landed on a platform, it was a 50-50 that Counter was taking advantage of. And now that we are in Smashville, that is no longer a threat, or at least not as prominent as it was in the previous stage. So now that we're on a smaller stage in the legal list of stages, we're going to have to see a different approach from Counter, who's right now not switching it too much, but still relying a little bit on that platform.
Yeah, all right. Seesaw here, keeping it close, but now he's got revenge. All right, going a little too crazy with the little whip. That's fine. If you miss, just throw out the Darkest Lariat. That move's so good to throw out in close quarters. Ooh, careful! Don't want to get two frames there.
No two-frame indeed. That is the pressure that Little Mac can put out, especially by the ledge. He's gonna get thrown into the air.
The spine breaker.
Definitely great stuff from Seesaw there to get that stock and make sure that Little Mac cannot take advantage of that KO. The up B, not enough rage for the Little Mac to do that just yet. And I think this is looking pretty good for the Incineroar. I mean, even if Little Mac gets the stock here, the damage has been done to that Little Mac.
Look at that. The KO meter, though, it's yellow. I think after this, yeah, there it is. There it is. Ooh, gotta watch out your Seesaw.
You think it's gonna connect?
I think if he gets it down tilt, it will.
Oh, because right now Counter has a good opportunity.
They're both at kill percent. Oh, they're panicking. It's all over the place. And now it's over. But if you're one of those players right now, you're like heart in your throat, right? Like everyone was throwing out kill moves at the end there. Everyone was panicking. Everybody was rolling, but it was Seesaw who came out with the game there to bring us into our final game.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree with people in chat, like just how scary these instances, the interactions between these, not only the characters, but both of these competitors, right? The way that they play is just determining. To be fair, both of them are extremely good at punishing. Both of them are extremely good at recognizing patterns. And I'm actually surprised that we remained in Hollow Bastion. I mean, to be fair, that was Seesaw's counter pick. And the fact that we're still here again, I don't know if Counter was like, okay, I can run it back, but I mean, maybe another stage could have been somewhat better, or at least post a different result, yield a different result for Counter.
Yeah, okay. Not able to find the KO punch there, but still holding on to it for just a little bit longer. KO punch off the ledge. Seesaw spacing just around it. Almost getting the kill with the up air off the top. All right.
Ow.
Hit him with the Cheeto fingers.
Yeah, la garrita, as we call it in Spanish. La garrita, the claw.
Okay. La garrita?
La garrita.
Garrita.
Yeah, that's the little claw. That's what we call it.
I like it. I'm going to start calling it that now.
See, la garrita. It also helps you practice your R's.
Garrita.
Your rollings. So yeah, great stuff from Seesaw to get that first stock and still managing to get a bit of already very solid and healthy percent on that Little Mac. 40% is actually really good for his next stock. If Counter manages to get this one first.
Yeah, all right. Oh, the
Ouch, la garrita. once
Dance
again.
to la carita. See. Incineroar, like Seesaw here, like that. You had such a scary game 4, but
See.
you brought it game 5, and now you're
yours.
sitting with this much of a lead.
See.
Like, all you gotta do is not choke.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Counter is a good competitor that forces you to, even if you have this kind of lead, he can still force you to like get desperate sometimes. Because with Little Mac, what you have is the ground mobility. Look at him just going back and forth, just waiting for the moment that Seesaw makes a panic option just like that.
Like
he's
this.
punishing effectively, and look at him go. He might go for the KO punch. I don't think he's going to save it.
I don't know. I could see him saving it, because if he saves his KO punch and has it for the next stock, that's so much more scary.
I don't know. I mean, he very well could, but I think you need to let it rip before any more damage racks up. At this point, you have a bit of a lead. You have the opportunity to bring it back, and you cannot just let go of those opportunities.
Yeah, I think Counter has decided that this KO punch is being saved for the
Oh
next
my
stock,
God.
and he made it worth it.
My
Like,
lethal
he
counter.
hasn't been hit for the last minute. Okay,
See?
finally.
I don't know. I think it's a little too late. Like, the percentage was too high. I don't think saving it was enough.
I don't
That's a good idea.
I don't think at the end of the day though, like, the threat of it was more than enough.
See?
Like, he was able to use the threat of KO punch to make it so that way Seesaw didn't feel like he could approach.
See?
And then gave Counter all the space to take that stock, even though he didn't need to use KO punch for it.
But now he needs to get hit once again, and at this high percent, anything that Incineroar does could take that stock. So I don't think he's gonna get
Little Mac's
enough
still alive,
damage.
just barely.
He still managed to survive. Okay, KO punch is one hit away, but Little Mac is also one hit away from disappearing, especially from Incineroar. This is do or die for Counter, and he's holding dear to that platform.
KO punch,
is
but
out,
I
but
think that's
it's too
it.
late. It's too late.
And what an excellent set from Seesaw.
See.
Almost losing it. Like, there was a point in that
See.
set where 3 stocks to 1, you're at a 60 on your final stock. Like, Counter really understanding that what makes Little Mac so scary is his comeback potential,
See.
is his ability to just say, like,